Hello, ladies and mental gens. Amazing morning here live from our studio in Lagos. Welcome to Waves Breakfast. Hashtag what are you saying? I'm excited to be starting off my morning with you, our valued viewers. On this show, we give you the best conversations that shape our future. From politics to governance, everything health, we discuss technology, finance, and of course, trending issues are not left out. Representing 100% on this chair is I, Okikiola Taiwo, your anchor for today. And I'm double excited to share this table with my incredible co-anchors, God's Beauty Israel and Oluchi Precious Omenka. Hi, girls.
Hi,
Hello,
people.
good morning.
How does it feel to know that it's Friday?
Refreshing. It feels refreshing.
Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Yes, I do have plans, but church plans, a lot of church plans, a lot of church meetings.
Church girl.
Yeah, I'm a church girl. Yeah, I'm a very big church girl. So yeah, church plans.
What about you, God's Beauty?
Nah, for me, it's just work. I mean, I was speaking to Oni about it yesterday. I'm not one of those persons that are always excited about the weekend because I feel like there's really nothing I am doing, during the days, like the weekdays, that is different from what I'm doing during the weekend, except the fact that I have to worship God on Sunday.
So you're also a church girl?
Yes, I am. If I am not a church girl, what will I be? A club girl? I'm so sorry, but I have to be a church girl. So yeah, so I mean, that's literally how my weekend is definitely going to be. Of course, I'm listening. I
know
wanted
that
to
you're
really
going
hear
to
yours.
say something else, but
it's
let's just hear it. Let's hear it.
What I have plans for the weekend?
Can
you tell us already? The intention isn't needed. What is the plan?
Intention this weekend is to eat like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Like, I want to intentionally wake up in the morning, eat.
Okay.
Eat after when it's 12 o'clock, eat when it's 1,
Great.
eat when it's 2, like 24 hours of just
Eating.
putting things in my mouth. Because
I don't have a problem with that, but ensure you don't come on Monday looking grumpy and saying Lagos is doing you dirty.
no, that's why it's a form of self-care.
Okay,
Overeating.
but don't you know that overeating also does something to your mood and emotions? You could
There are
become
cheat
grumpy.
days. No.
Really?
My
do you know
intention
there are some
is to
people-
overeat.
I
It
think
is
kind
a
of
form
advice
of
is
joy.
to some people, it's actually therapy.
You
I've actually
get?
heard people say that, oh, there's nobody to speak to and all of these things, and they just end up having to eat and eat and eat.
I've tried rest, it did not work. I've tried music, it did not work.
the
I've
option
tried
is to-
dancing, spa, whatever. It's not working. So eating might be one form of therapy. So
Just send me
check on
location.
me.
I like to.
No, I'm not
I like to-
looking
I like
for.
to be part of it. Anywhere
said
there's
just-
free food, call
Just
me.
check on me in case I have constipation. Just
Nice.
make sure you check on me. Well, today's conversation is a very interesting one, trust me. So you should stick around. Our phone lines are open. Please call us on 070-2500-7749 or 070-1424-2420. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV, click the subscribe button now, like and share the link. Tune in to channel 145 on your Go TV and do not miss this. As you know, today in history is our own way of increasing your wealth of knowledge. So we'll go on a break right now, and when we return, we'll take you through the top stories making headlines across the globe. Stay with us. Welcome back to the show. I hope you learned a thing or two from our Today in History. Now let us go straight to look at what's making the headlines in today's newspaper. Today we'll be highlighting the top stories from the pages of the Punch newspaper, The Guardian, and of course the New York Times. Taking us straight abroad as usual is God's Beauty.
All right, straight into the New York Times newspaper. Top left corner of the page, we have there Trump's proposal for Gaza is rattling the Middle East. Left side, below the main headline, we have Swift mandate in Justice Department to fall in line. Middle of the page, we have just below the main page, Trump bans transgender students from sport. And that's one of the things I'm talking about today. Position below the transgender sport banned article, we have the imam with long lineage and immense wealth. Bottom right of the page, we have rebuilding cars swears LA as scramble for power begins. The one I want to talk about, just two. The first one is Trump's proposal for Gaza is rattling the Middle East. And that's something we talked about yesterday. But I would like to know Okiki's opinion on this. So Trump, this auntie did not say anything yesterday, but I'm guessing we are going to attack her.
No, I mentioned
Hold
that.
on now.
Okay.
Chide, go allow me to land.
Oh, yeah, now land.
So, okay, what's really going on is the fact that Trump is saying now that he wants to now want the United States to take power in the Gaza. More like everybody in Gaza should, taken out. And he wants them to go to other countries for now and stay there. And he wants to rebuild Gaza. More like, them not being dependent to United States. You get what I'm saying? So it's more like the United States now be having power over them. That's one part. The critics have said, no, there's nothing like that, and that's looking like ethnic cleansing. And honestly speaking, I don't see how that is supposed to help, help the case. Because, we already know that the Palestinians are having issues with Israel. And now that there is a bit of calmness, they're in the negotiation terms now, where they're like, okay, if you're with our prisoners, send them back to us. If we hold anything, we'll send it back to you. But I get to where Trump is saying that, oh, these people have similar, they share borders with that of Israel, they share borders with that of, the Egypt and all of that. I get that. But why are you not saying that, oh, the only solution to this right now is the United States taking over? That's actually wrong. And there are so many other countries, like the Saudi Arabia, that are saying no to it. The Egyptians are saying no to it, that they don't want anything like that. That it's not going to really help, the Palestinians. Now, that's one story. So the other story I want to talk about is, and honestly, I think I'm on Trump on this one, where he says that he's going to stop. Okay, let me just quickly read that out. And it says, Trump, sorry, let me take it again. So the transgender sports ban article, and he's saying that, he's literally stopping, transgender sport. And honestly, I'm in agreement with him, because we already know his stand about, one man and woman, one gender, that's male and female, exactly. So, these people now that are male and now running with females, or doing the sports that females do, I see that as, bias and all of that. So now that he's just saying just two genders, it just makes sense that, you are literally saying two genders as well when it comes to, sport activities. So those females that have, gone to be male sport and all of that, it's either you go back or you stop, doing sport. So, yeah, I'm actually in agreement with what, Trump's statement on that. But what do you think about the whole,
So let me first start with Gaza. It sounds more to me like a, colonization.
Exactly.
And this is, I would call it advanced colonization, because before it used to be they go into there, pick a few slaves, destroy this, destroy that, and then now rule over them. But now this is just go somewhere else while we repair.
Yeah.
A repair in that case. And then when you people come back, what are the terms of these people even coming back? Because even people in Gaza, I don't think that they are all from Gaza.
No.
There's definitely going to be immigrants in this case. And this, we already know his stance on immigrants.
Yeah.
So that whole idea of move and then repair and come back, I feel like maybe if he looks at it, there may be other solutions other than them saying that. Then what country are they also moving to? What's the acceptance like in that country where they are moving to? Those are the information that maybe I would have used to judge the, but I don't know so much about the story, but I would just feel like this is like a recolonization. And as regards this transgender thing, I already said it, that was one thing that I appreciated Trump for. it is not a hate against trans women or trans men, but it's just that everybody's entitled to their opinion as much as they are entitled to their choices of gender. But I think if there's anything that should be done is that there should now be trans sports rather than trans women or trans men going into...
What do you mean transport?
More like other people that are doing the transgender
if
thing.
you're
They
have
just
their own
sports, yeah.
yes, their own trans women or trans men sports. That way we can say that is being fair. That's if I'm going to be acting fair with the new genders that have, you know, risen over the years.
That means
is that
you're
they
judging Trump's separation to refer to fairness. I don't think that's the reason why
No.
they were even separated. It was not
No,
a fairness
there
thing.
was a-
It's
there was
the
a
fact
very
that
public-
he's always anti these people.
No. There was a very public news one time where a trans woman, or would I call it a trans man, actually beat up it was a wrestling match, and within 2 seconds, this person had already beaten the person up. And then it was like, why? Do you understand? And then she complained that I'm fighting with a man and not a woman. So that's what I'm trying to say, that to be fair on people who are already men and women, it's just for you to create trans women or trans men.
Trump doesn't want to be fair on those people.
That's the thing.
That's
If not, I would
his
have said
choice.
that would have
But we can't
actually
take
worked.
the story so far. So let's quickly take the Punch newspaper.
All right, let's see what the Punch has. The major headline reads, ex-National Assembly members, groups faults Reps 31 new state proposal. Senators insist focus should be on state viability. Afenifere and Pandov call for true federalism. Tinubu Mbeki Gowon advocates homegrown solutions to Africa's challenges. Opposition plans unveiling of mega coalition June. Lagos installs speed limit monitors, imposes 50,000 naira fine. PDP crisis, Ikime's panel receives 30 petitions, summons Anyanwu Onito. And above that, it says fresh price hike looms as NPA plans 15% tariff increase. I'll talk about the one that concerns us here in Lagos. It says the Lagos State Ministry of Transportation, in collaboration with Hawaii, I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, Technologies, has deployed 4 new intelligent transport system sites to monitor and detect speeding and manage traffic flows. The Commissioner for Transportation announced this during a press briefing on Thursday. The checkpoint sites are designed to detect overspeeding. One is located at Alakwere Ugudu Road with a speed limit of 80 km per hour, while the other is installed at Nitel Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way with a speed limit of 60 km per hour. And I think this just fits Lagos, but furthermore, it proves and shows Lagos State as that forerunner when it comes to development and all of that. So it's just this good news I'm bringing to you on Friday, and a warning to people who are always overspeeding. Nemesis is about to catch up with you. You will pay 50,000. In fact, that 50,000 naira fine is very, very. I think they should even increase it a bit because people need to be very careful. Lagos is a rough place to be in. You hear people say, "I wish I wasn't staying in Lagos. If I was staying in Ibadan or other parts in the West, it's easier to live there. We don't have much of these troubles that comes with staying on the road."
As a Lagosian, I don't think I've ever had a choice.
I mean,
It's always
if you hear
Lagos or
some
nothing.
people, but this is very good, and it shows that Lagos is that forerunner. They are at the front of proving that infrastructure and development and innovation can work. So yeah, kudos.
I'm glad we have one good news.
I
think
to
I'll
pick
take
because that
I'll
Punch
take
still
that
has
for
more
Nigeria.
news. Let's just pick the good one.
This Friday, join us as we explore the world of online dating. I know that this is a very, very common thing. Online dating in Nigeria, and discuss the impact of dating apps on modern relationships. We'll be taking your questions and comments live on our social media platforms. So be sure to join in the conversation. We'll be right back after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. As I said, today we're talking the impact of dating apps on modern relationships. In today's digital landscape, dating apps have become an integral part of modern dating. But how are these apps shaping the way we form and maintain relationships here in Nigeria? From the convenience of swiping through potential matches to the challenges of navigating online relationships, we'll be discussing it all this morning. The impact of dating apps on modern relationship is multifaceted. On one hand, dating apps have increased connectivity and convenience, allowing people to connect with potential partners from all over the world. This is particularly significant in Nigeria, where traditional dating norms may limit social interactions between men and women. Dating apps have also altered traditional courtship norms with a greater emphasis on casual dating and less on long-term commitment. This shift has led to a culture of disposability where people are quick to move on to the next potential match without investing time and effort into building meaningful connections. Furthermore, dating apps have changed the way people interact and communicate. The swiping culture has led to a superficial approach to dating, where people are judged based on their physical appearance rather than personality, values, and interests. However, it's worth noting that dating apps have also opened up new opportunities for people to connect and form meaningful relationships. Many Nigerians have found love and companionship through dating apps, and these platforms have helped to break down social and cultural barriers. Ultimately, the impact of dating apps on modern relationships in Nigeria especially is a complex and big issue. While these platforms have opened up new opportunities for connection and love, they also require a critical and nuanced approach to navigating their challenges and limitations. Joining us to dissect this topic this morning is Adetoye Enikuemehin. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. But yes, Adetoye is a trained youth coach with Kings Hill Coaching Academy, the first registered coaching academy in Nigeria. He is a certified and trained music instructor, musician, producer, and also an audio engineer and sound designer from certification with certification, to correct that, with certification from University of Ibadan, Starlight Media Institute, Ebony Life Creative Academy, and Cap Film Academy. He's been involved in several projects, speaking engagements, and trainings. He believes that for everyone to function in their God-given capacity, they must expose themselves to the right company and information. He's here to share his insights and guide us through this conversation. Welcome, Adetoye.
Good morning.
Beautiful to have you this morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah, so let's go straight into this conversation. As a youth coach, how do you think dating apps have influenced the way young people in Nigeria approach relationships and dating, especially on how they perceive love and intimacy?
Thank you very much once again. To start off, just as you rightly introduced the topic, basically, people have seen dating app as an option of many choice, and thereby making people not to stand, at least some extent, not to stand to be committed to something real. Because dating app basically has its limitation and the artificial part of it. You have so many choice. This is more like you having several choices to make from. It can be overwhelming. That's one of the things. It can be overwhelming from swiping, and basically for you to actually even get to know who is real on the dating app is somewhat limited, because everything you see, it's all about programming. I give you what you want to hear about me. I give you what would interest you about me. I give you what would attract you somewhat to me, to say, oh, look at this guy. He said he's this, he's that. I'm beautiful, or I'm handsome. I have this. If you get closer to me, you get to know me. But in real sense and in reality, everyone behind the screen is trying to present themselves in a certain way that might not be real. I'm not saying that everyone on dating app are not real, but I would say that larger percentage of the people on dating app are actually not real. Everybody is somewhat looking for what would be of benefit to them. So it's in a way limits the reality and self-esteem of people to face life challenges. Um, Let us understand this. Either you meet somebody on a dating app or a social platform, you would still have to face the real life reality of things, of situations. So the level of commitment when it comes to um, getting involved in dating app is somewhat limited. People are not committed. When you find out that this person is not actually giving you the response that you expect, you then jump to the next one. We've seen people who are on several dating apps and reaching out to several people to be committed or to have a relationship with them. Are we going to call that a sense of commitment or a sense of authenticity? So the authenticity of the people behind the screen is limited. You can't get to know them in reality. I mean, on a face off or on a face value, you just see my picture and you just feel, oh,
Okay, so I think we lost Mr. Adetoye here, but this is a conversation that I think concerns us all when it comes to dating and everything that has to do with what we see now. Some people have said that they found love on social media. Some have, crazily, some have died through meeting people on social media. Some have, some have heightened their tastes when it comes to social media. So how would you say that, either Oluchi or God's Beauty, how would you say that you have seen the trend of dating apps and what it now tells on love and intimacy in Nigeria especially?
Well, just to say this and put it out there, I'm very anti-dating app. Very, and the how do I even explain this? The idea of it alone creeps me out because it brings down the whole idea of what love and connection should actually feel like. The fact that I can just go on my phone, the same phone that I'm using to scroll on Instagram and TikTok, and then I'll just type my spec, the kind of person I want, and then the person will probably look at me and say, are you my spec as well? And then we talk for a while and meet physically to now see if something meaningful can be built. Is warped in my own idea. I know this is quite extreme, but that's why I said unapologetically. I find it quite amazing and a cancel. So why did we? I remember watching something on Solomon Buchi's page. So apart from dating app, other social media platforms have helped to connect people together. So I think there's something he used to do. He would just type and say, any reasonable man that is very interested in getting married, drop your qualifications now on the comment section, go and see who fits into that. And then he has come out to say that he has actually gotten good results from it. So I'm now wondering, what's that benchmark to get good results? Why do people resort to dating app as the last option?
I think you have to ask Mr. Adetoye because I think we're having him back here.
Mr. Adetoye.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you did hear when I did make the claim very boldly that I'm very anti-dating app because I think it makes the whole idea of love very warped. But I cannot deny that people have come out to say they've gotten reasonable results from it. I mean, Solomon Buchi will say that he has had at least 5 marriages from his online comment session, and people are even getting married. I don't even know how the dating app own works, but let's talk about the challenges involved, really. What are the challenges, do you think? Because you're a youth coach, so that means you converse and interact with a lot of young people that are eagerly looking for love. Do you think it's just desperation that pushes people to go on dating app, or are people trying to really form meaningful connection on dating apps?
Okay, so really is of two sides, or it has different view to it. I would say the larger percentage of people who troop to dating app sometime are desperate. And sometimes they just want to try their hands or dip their feet in different waters and see what works. such as the dating app. Dating app basically opens a wider reach of people to you. People in natural sense of your environment you might not have privilege to meet. But let's now look at it from the other side. If you have people around you and you can interact with them in real life, you can't face their challenges, how will you definitely be committed when it comes to having a virtual sense of relationship? Yes, some people have made meaningful connections from dating app. But if we check the statistics, what is the number? What is the percentage? What is the percentage of frustration that people have had? What is the percentage of low self-esteem that has increased in people when it comes to approaching online dating sites or online dating app? So it leads to many frustration, because sometimes some people see people and they feel like this person is supposed to accept me. Just like you reach out to some people, you send them friend requests, and in your mind you have felt like, oh, this person is going to accept me as a friend. And eventually you are turned down. You never get to hear from them. You never get to see them respond to you. These are the things that happen. So people from frustration, people from low self-esteem and insecurity tend to visit dating app to see if they would just want to try some things to see if it will work. And also people with limited sense of responsibility and commitment, because the larger percentage of people that go through online app are not ready to be committed, because it's something behind the screen. So I can actually be doing something else and be lying to you that, oh, or telling you that I'm actually in love with you. But in real sense of it, there's something that I'm looking for. So everyone in a way tends to have a sense of interest, something that they just want to try. Some do it because it is an in thing around the community they find themselves. Don't forget, every man is a product of a nature and nurture. So some people, because they don't want to look weird, like if they find themselves in a conversation with their peers and they say, oh, I'm trying this dating app out. Have you seen this? I met this guy online. He has this, he has that, and we've been planning to see how we could make things work. But you can't get to know the level of commitment when it comes to your emotion, because this is virtual. You can't tell the realness, the real connection, the bond that comes with having a real life relationship. You can't have that on a dating app. So in most cases, it tends to lead to more frustration, more insecurity, and more low self-esteem.
Okay, that's quite impressive. So now let's talk a bit, because we've talked about the emotional part, the low self-esteem, and all of these things. Let's talk about security. I don't know if it's looking like it's a trend where, I mean, if you go on social media, you see certain persons complain that, oh, I met this person, through a dating app, and before you know, this person defrauded me, or this person, I mean, there's just a bit of, oh, this person died, as a result of meeting someone that, through dating apps and all of that. Now, what do you think, what are those strategies, or what are those advancement tools that you think, dating apps should have? Because, I mean, it's one thing to put in your location, put in your age, I mean, we can still literally go, find our way through these things. So what do you think dating apps should have? What do you think, the people constructing this app together, putting this app together, what do you think they should add in order for, the users to be safe? Because, again, it's looking like a trend. Before you know, you hear one person died. I think there was a story about 2 weeks ago or so where there's this Abuja FCT, woman where she somehow rescued someone that actually met someone through dating apps, So there's just a bit of insecurity concerning it. And given that our country itself is not even safe. So what do you think? What are those small things that you think, this dating app people constructing it should, add or have of the tools they should just add in order for the users to be safe?
Okay, so I like to start off by saying that don't forget that everyone is in a business. Okay. And you protect more what is of benefit to you. One certain fact about dating app, which is the point I want to say, is gaming app is built just, dating app is built just for, or just as a gaming app. It's like fun. It's like game. So the people behind it are all about, we just want the numbers and make profits or make certain, have certain traffic on our platform. The choice of what you put and the extent you want to go is in the hand of the people coming on it. And that's why for every gaming app, if you go check the consent or the disclaimer, you'll see that certain clauses are put there that if anything should go wrong, they are not liable to it. So the onus lies on the user. You know, just as you have some space where you say, you can park your car here, but every car that is parked here is at the owner's risk. You see that disclaimer. So it is your choice. You make a choice. So the level of security that the people who program or build these apps can put on these things is actually limited. Is limited because it's built on an algorithm. There is a technicality behind it. It's not like they are the one moving from one space to the other to match make people or allow people to. It's based on the information you give to them. That's what the programming system would work with to connect you with people. But however, the security level, like I said, is based on you. Who are you going up with? Who are you going to link up with? Are you just going to meet somebody within the space of few weeks and then you are throwing yourself all around them? And they're asking you for certain things. So the first thing I believe, which is the level of security, is that people should have meaningful conversation. Be interested or be interested in asking valuable questions that would bring out who this person is. Because let me say this, that there is no how. If you want to actually know people, you engage them in conversation.
Thank you,
Because
Adetoye.
when you engage people in real... Okay.
Sorry, can we quickly go on a break right now? And when we come back, we will go deeper into this conversation because I feel like our minds are already buzzing with questions from all the things that you are saying. So let's just go on a quick break and then we'll be right back. Our viewers, please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light from my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we'll analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Welcome back to the show, people. So Adetoye was talking to us about the kind of safety that we can put in when it comes to dating apps. And in my opinion, I think don't even download it at all. Don't even open it because I feel like these dating apps already have like the things that they want to hear from you. Apart from the things that you say to them, they have also programmed what they want to hear from you. So they start asking you specific questions of what they want you to say. I will let God's Beauty make her contribution, and afterwards, Oluchi, then Mr. Adetoye can complete it for us.
I wanted to say that in as much as I get your point, I somehow beg to differ, right? Because why is a particular app being licensed if you cannot actually, to some extent, help with my security and all of that? I mean, there are so many things I feel like you can actually do in order for, the users to be safe even when they go out there. The truth is, if you want to be intentional about the security of people, right, using your apps, I feel like you would do it. Because we have NIN, we have a whole lot of things that, you can actually, ban people to, I mean, you know who exactly these persons are using your app. Do you get what I am saying? The thing she was making, what's her name? Oluchi was stating earlier about Solomon Buchi and all of those things. Trust me when I say that the reason why all of those people are married is because there was intentionality from Solomon's side. He was ensuring that these two persons, they are sure that this is what they want to do. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't see a reason why only you want to say you want to do an app, only you want to say you want to construct an app because you want to make money, then somehow you don't also be, then you should not be licensed. It is that simple. Because at the end of the day, say the lives of these people, I say I'm not going to blame, the app's owner 100% because even you too that is desperate, I don't know what you're going to look for. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a 50-50 thing, but I want to believe that you are licensed for the right purpose. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my contribution. If I am literally I'm sitting at somewhere where you need to come through me for you to be, licensed, I'll have to be sure that this app is going to help people and not to, put them in that state where they are insecure or they are feeling a certain type of way. You made mention of the whole self-esteem and all of those things. Tell me why all of those things are happening if somebody is intentional about the kind of thing that they want to do. I don't know if you get my point.
I was also going to say that I think security can be a bit far-fetched when it comes to these dating app things because whoever is a criminal is conditioned to be a mastermind and very skilled at it. So even if you ask for some very what's the word now, like personal information that you can use to get people to know who is a criminal or not. Why do you think Yahoo people are getting away with a lot of crimes and fraudulent people? It's because they've mastered the art of criminal activity. And you mentioned something about meaningful conversation. Today, people are skilled with lying to you. You can be conversing with somebody online. I've watched a lot of skits and comments where the person was so eager to see this person she has been conversing with. And then the person came physically. It was opposite. Who was I talking to? What am I saying right here? So people are skilled with conversation. They know the response that will get you to like them. They know the things that you want, to hear, at least to get you to think, oh, probably this person is a very good fit or match for me. So I don't even think that meaningful conversation or these security things can help. It's quite far-fetched. So that means if you really want to, it's a risky thing. If you are going to use dating app, be ready to be a prey one day or the other. But now, let's now talk about it. Do you think that there are still some red flags that maybe some intelligent users can, look out for to be able to be safe sometimes? Let's see if that can happen.
Yes, actually, there are red flags, but most times when we go into something driven by emotions, by our emotion, endorphin, we just want to be happy with it, and then we suspend our logic. We tend not to see those red flags. When I mention certain things as regard having meaningful conversations, you see, there is no how somebody is going to hide from who they really are. If you've been having certain conversation with somebody and then maybe the person is doing copy and paste and you plan to say, okay, let's see, or let's speak on phone, you will get to know. And if you don't suspend your instinct, if you don't suspend your logic, you begin to add the figures together. You begin to see. That's why patience is required in every relationship, be it virtual or physical. So if we don't suspend our logic and do our background checks, for instance, if the person is actually in for it, you check out the name of the person outside that dating app. Find out other social media platforms. These days, even workplace do background check on people via their social media platform. And then some people will just find out that based on their paper qualification or their papers, they are qualified for the job. But based on their social status, in terms of the way they interact with people on social media, the things they post, the things they use there, they might be disqualified. So if we're patient enough, you will be able to see the red flags. But even in real life relationship, you see people just jump into relationship based on emotion. I just want to have somebody. And then they began to see certain signs, but they begin to ignore it because they suspend their logic. And when things go south, they now begin to say, oh, and I saw this, and I saw this, I saw this, but I never knew. So it is critical that people should not suspend their logic in whatever they do. If you are a spiritual, sensitive somebody, you will know that sensitivity is the hallmark of spirituality. Because if you say you are spiritual and you are not sensitive to the things around you, then you are going to miss it. So it is important that people do not suspend their logic in whatever they do to find out and do their background check beyond maybe the social media platform and find out who that person is really. So that's my take on that.
I don't know if you have watched Tinder Swindler. If you have watched Tinder Swindler, you know that all these things you have given might be applicable when it comes to maybe small scale fraudsters. But the ones that are still learning, they can make those mistakes. But if you have watched Tinder Swindler on all the Google platforms, LinkedIn, every platform that this guy just think possible outside that dating app on Tinder, he had information that he was mining gold, his father was this, he was that. And he was not necessarily asking, he was emotionally available for these women. He was talking, he was giving meaningful conversations. He could even send you flowers and all of those things, so that you now think that is now beyond the virtual thing. This person is now physically investing into some of the things you are doing. But at some point, all of a sudden, you just see that you just say, oh, I'm having network issues, which is normal for even everybody. That on some days you might be having issues with your phone can just fall all of a sudden, and you have to reach somebody important through another person's phone. And from that point, this person now uses that skill as to say, okay, I'm having issues with my phone. For somebody who has been emotionally invested, sorry to cut you, but for somebody who has been emotionally invested into that kind of person, will be like, okay, yes, I can fix your phone for you, because his targets were high-end women who were looking for meaningful connections online. So he would just say, okay, the ladies would just be like, I'll fix it for you. He did not have to ask. They willingly did it. So this is a pro at what he's doing.
He played along.
He played along, but this is a pro, and these are women who were not forced. It was not emotions. It was just logical that I have a person who has invested some level of commitment physically and virtually towards me. All I can just do is maybe fix a little phone, fix a bit of a housing issue, fix a this, fix a that. So how would you differ? How would you now say that? How would you now put, maybe, I'm trying to put it together. What other red flags do you think that these people will have outside just browsing online to see that this person is not the same person outside of the dating app?
Okay, so based on the example you just gave, Tinder Swindler, there is no how that somebody will be consistent with who they are not. Trust me. It might take a while, but if you are observant enough, you will realize that at a point there will be some missing link gradually. Sometimes, just like the example you gave, it might tell a lie or fake up something that I have network issue, or at certain points or at certain time, it tells you you can't reach me now, or I'm traveling, I'm doing this. Just if you are observant enough to read between the lines, to read beyond what is written, then you would observe some level of inconsistency over time. Just see who you are not. It is very easy, because it's like an acting. It's like a game. You will get to a place, you will forget yourself. That, oh, I'm not this. Oh, I think I have this. It's like somebody who has never driven a car before. and then they give the person a key to say, okay, go start up this car. The person would pretend as if he can. But the reality is, if you cannot drive, you can't drive. It's like bicycle. As small as they may look, as big as you are, if you think it is by size, then you will be disappointed, because by the time you climb on it, when you don't understand how to be stable on the bicycle, you're definitely going to fall. So there will be some level of inconsistency over time. That's my take about it. I think that's the simple analogy I can give. If you're observant enough, who you are not, over time, you would mess up.
Okay, in just a minute or two, let's just wrap up with what advice you give to young people who, even after all these things you have said, will still go on dating apps to either find opportunities or find love at some point. So what advice will you give to them, just to wrap up the show?
Yes, one, secure your mental space. You must, if you are not mentally stable, it is most definitely that you will fall prey of certain things on the dating app or social media platform. Ensure that you invest in your stability. Know what you are going for. Have a value, because if you are not standing for something, definitely you will fall for anything. Have a value. Have a good community of people that can inspire, and you can share whatever you find yourself in with. Don't just keep things to yourself. That's one of the errors that people fall into. You go on a dating app, you meet a guy, the next thing the guy is telling you to come meet him at certain place, and all you can do is keep all of those information to yourself. You are not sharing location, you are not going along with somebody. Even if somebody is telling you to meet up with them somewhere, somehow, let it be an open space. Don't go into secluded places with somebody you've never really know, or somebody you've never really have a connection with. Secure your space, have guidelines, have an understanding of what you're going to do, and understand that life in itself have challenges. And if you cannot stand the physical challenges that you're going through or you're facing, it will be definitely difficult and tougher for you to now meet somebody virtually, and then you now want to meet them physically. So secure your mental space, it is important. Build a sense of stability and have valuable people around you, and ensure that you don't just fall into everything that is sent to you or posted to you. Try as much as possible to scrutinize them. Think and ponder over them. Do a flip side of it. What if? That's another question. You must always ask yourself questions. Why? A guy says I should come to his house. Why? Why do I have to come to your house? What are we discussing? So when there is a why, it will give room for further clarity. But when you take things hook, line, and sinker, then you suspend your critical thinking and your level of reasoning to be able to figure out possible missing link or possible things that could happen in between the space. So
Thank you so
my
much.
take on
Thank
that.
you so much, Adetoye. This was a very insightful conversation. And I will just say in a bit that whatever it is that gets you, whether by connection, by love, by conquest, whatever that gets you into downloading a dating app, to watch out for. Always know that for everything that is being done, there are consequences. Consequences in terms of what you get back from that thing, what you wouldn't get back from that thing, the things that could happen either positively or negatively from your choice. All these things are choices. So my own view is, do not bother downloading the dating app. If it's as regards desperacy, the God that I serve will bring the person that is meant for you to come to you. You understand that kind of stuff?
Say this very quickly. Leave app. Go and look for love outside. Go to church. If you're going to church very well, one brother will take.
Brother have not break your heart
Go
before.
for a concert.
Honestly, brother have not break your heart
Go to the
before.
shopping mall.
Shopping mall.
Who told you that they are not love outside? They are love outside.
Like, walking aimlessly.
Not aimlessly, with intention. Greet
Get
people.
married.
Yes, with intention. Leave that app alone.
Well, it's safe to say you shouldn't be in anyone. I don't know why these things are licensed if they cannot even, I mean, security-wise now they are not conscious. I don't even know why they are licensed
Thank
in
you,
the first place,
Godspeed.
honestly.
See, thank you, our viewers. I know that this conversation, you had a lot of things to say in mind. We couldn't take any comments, but thank you. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Hello, you. Yes, you. This is Usayome Sale from Ways Primetime. Now, we appreciate your continued support for watching our content, following us across all our social media. But we've noticed, for those of you watching us on YouTube, 88.5% of you who watch our content aren't subscribed to our channel. Why? Now, if you are enjoying our content, you enjoy our shows, and you want to stay updated on all things Ways, it's time to hit that subscribe button below. Now, subscribing isn't just for you. It's for the growth of our channel. It helps us get bigger and better. With your support, we can continue to bring even more intriguing and exciting content. How about you subscribing right now and being a part of our community?